Ito na talaga. Game for me, Ramar. Nagtapusin ako sa ginagawa ko. First time ko ginagawa yun ah. Mabiglang maboring ang mga viewer ko. Ang tagal kasi. Okay, si Tyra ng 3 na sa kills. Let's go Tyra, 7 kills lang yan Tyra. Mag 8 kills ka ngayong game 4. Ikaw na ang top 1 sa kill. Let's go Tyra. Tabi.
Passive drop location by Runes. Now we're gonna have the Cabri era. Geek Fam are gonna go to El Poser, and it should be all good in the hood for
yan, naka-public na boss. Ay, salamat kay Edward. Salamat.
You mentioned DSK Gaming.
Kanina ang Miramar. Wala pa. Nag-i-start pa lang pa sa Miramar. Let's go.
DS Gaming and Reject, those two teams together, and I'm supposed to the South Korean and Japanese regions. I think they've been very underappreciated year and a half. At least underappreciated.
Hashtag Blacklist own the circle. Make sure na naka-public.
Kind of competition.
Let's go.
Player base.
Maraming salamat pala sa PUBG Mobile Philippines sa pag-invite sa akin mag-restream itong tournament ng PUBG Mobile World Invitation. Maraming salamat.
Across the world, the dominating teams like Zeus, like BTR,
wala talaga sabi ko kaya alas magpika doon eh.
Definitely starting to rise more.
I think that's the big story that we have about the South Korean team.
Exercise nyo na rin yan para pag nakalaban yung
UPG. When you look before the PMGC, these are two regions that did not have as big of an ecosystem for Pokemon.
That's how I match you play, sir.
Then you had the Japanese Pokemon Mobile put together, same for also the South Korean region, and especially Japan. They got such a big viewership over there. It's huge how PUBG Mobile is. It's such a big game, and especially the esports scene is big over there.
Si Martin
so
sa San Martin, patay tayo dyan. Inangalan na pala niya kung saan talaga yung favorite niyang dropping point. Ito na. 64 players, 16 teams.
Now coming into this event.
Game 4.
Going to be picking up Salam.
Day 2 guys, day 2.
Broly will be able to escape apparently the wrath of the zombies.
Party bus, love it. It seems like both Myths and Fnatic Zombies are going for a bit of an Impala looting.
Para walang hate ngayon. Wala, Lance. Pag may nag-gate ngayon, bibirahin ko talaga yan. Bawal mag-gate ngayon. Isang bandera muna tayo. Kahapon marami nag-gate. Pinagsisermonan ko kahapon sa live eh. Walang mag-hate muna. Bawal muna ang crab ngayon. Bawal ang crab.
Myths have gotten there first. And how is
yung mga nagkakarab kahapon, pinagsisisermonan ko sa live eh.
This is very similar to what
wala muna tayong isang bandera tayo. Pag international lagi nyo tatandaan. Kaya so ayaw nyo sa team na yan. Pag international, tandaan nyo, bandera nyo nang dala natin. Supportahan natin.
And they know Myths typically drop around this location. They've done their research. They've definitely done their homework. Is definitely not one of the strongest team when it comes to actually taking fights head on. They're all about rotation.
Pangalawa na tayo overall. Pangalawa na tayo.
Perfect target, I would say.
Kahit yata makamanok tayo dito, hindi pa tayo magtatapon kasi masyadong malaki yung score ng bal. Siguro mga 3 tusok pa sa baldos. Masyadong maganda, malaki pinuntos kahapon.
We did see phase 1 pop up as well. Maxman is on the northeastern side of the map. I love a win.
Huwag tayo magpapakatas. Suporta lang.
Winning shot,
sa PH scene, natural lang yung mga magkansera, magkansyawan,
however long it takes, and I would like to see it being executed a little bit quicker. And if it is, it will really allow the winning team to rotate into a strong phase 1 position quite early on and quite easily compared to a lot of other teams like Valdez, DS,
sila Asaran, Trastoran, pero pagka ibang bansa na,
I'm hoping that both teams recognize this and realize time is ticking.
Pag ka, wala ka, outing ka.
It's phase 1. I think they can take it relatively slow right now, but if it does remain like this until phase 2, then that is where I would say yes, the time is going to be ticking deep.
1,000 plus nanonood, magandang gabi po. Ito na yung game 4.
Unless you're inside of Impala, that is not the case. What you call it the Winnie? That is, I think that's the
Winnie.
I think that's the first time I've heard it called like that. Really? Yeah. I mean, Winchester.
Wala ka jersey ng BL, boss. Wala ka eh.
Winnie for the winning.
Nag-PM ako dati kay Elas, kung paano magkakaroon ng jersey ng Blacklist. Exclusive lang daw nun eh.
Winnie for the winning. Man, nothing feels better than a knock with a Winchester. Fact.
Thank you. You said Winchester. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, I thought I'd stoop down to your level of, you know,
Fanatic.
specific English. Sorry, it's not.
Walang lalabas ng buhay. O nga, nagkasabay kayo sa isang dropping point. Walang tatakbo. Ayan na. O, pagsakakat si Jose. Ay, fire.
I think so. But I can tell you also is that you got also Hassan that's going to be knocked on down by the player that's actually inside the chapel. So they're going to try and move away. And the one main issue we saw with Myth right now is because they got completely surprised by Fnatic Zombies being so aggressive on that push that you saw a lot of the players of Myth, they picked a building and they did not move from that one building. Meaning they catered to the loot in that building and they can't get some extra loot off the back of it. I saw one player of Myth actually having no vest and no helmet. So off the back of that, if you are taking a fight, you're definitely going to be and that's something that Fnatic were trying to play around, but because they were rotating so quickly, I think they are also severely underrated themselves.
Ay, bagsak na rin si Farok. Yari, dalawa na. Ang layo ni Broly.
Push na to. There are two players trying to set up a flank, and you cannot pull those reses, and if you do, Fnatic Zombies are going to try and stop that from happening.
Malas. Patay ka dyan, may kakampi kay Malas. May kakampi kay Malas.
One player setting up a flank. And in that time, it's a boot has been able to join up, so it's a full Fnatic Zombies squad. I understand that Myths are more of a passive team and they're maybe not used to taking super calculated aggressive fights, but you can't give so much breathing space to your opponents and allow them to pick you off one by one, because when you really think about it, that wasn't necessarily super aggressive from Fnatic Zombies. That was simply executing one by one by one, and Myths are 2 players down. And their 2 remaining players are opposite sides of each other.
I want to be very clear. When you're looking at this for Myth, you lost 2 players, so Sam and Faroki. I think the Faroki has been one of the players that's been performing extremely well for Myth. Same for Broly. I think they're the 2 players that really stood out for me the most when we talk about Myth. Really? Pick up your winnings. I mean, you don't even have any winnings. Pick up your losings, I guess, and just get together and leave. This is not a fight that's worth taking, even though it is Miramar. Yeah, exactly. Cut your losses, perfectly said. And just remain as a 2-man. That's fine, and especially if you see the play path and the load is long.
Sorry, top 3 daw. Sorry. Hindi, top 2 na yun mamaya pagkatapos ito. Advance ako mag-isip eh.
Make the most out of it, because you're definitely not going to be winning that fight. I mean, I said that last game for Lamborghini, and he did kind of surprise me, so like 90% chance it's not going to go your way.
Top 2 na yan.
Okay, so let's have a look at where the other teams are in the circle. So we're halfway through phase 1.
Top 3 sila overall. Top 2. Pagkatapos ito, top 2 na yan. Wala kayo sa akin.
Geek Fam rotated directly from El Pozo into the western side of the circle. Quick, straight to the point. Blacklist go for a wide rotation around the north of the Cabrera. It's about passive. But I love it. I absolutely love it, because they're avoiding a lot of teams potentially going north of this phase 1. DRS also quick on their rotation to head down towards Cruz of Val.
And yeah, have a really nice 2-2 thank you, 35. Salamat po sa mga nagsasend ng star. Sa mga napapasaya natin dyan, maraming salamat sa mga nagsasend ng star.
At the moment, they're not really being pressured. But as we get into phase 2, depending on how she's
talaga, hindi kayo maboborin. Sasakit ang panganyo katatawa talaga.
I'm hoping to see that actually.
Bukas tap pa na tayo. Lap na yun eh.
I think that'll be a good way of making the game a little bit easier for themselves.
Wala na si Martin, na-expose ka ang kahinaan ng bal. Si Martin lang ang papatin, susuntukan pa yung dalawa.
I find very interesting, right? Big prize pool, go for charity, amazing stuff to fight versus 2019.
Ilang araw ang PM PUBG Mobile World Invitation?
This is like a tournament inside of the tournament, because you've got the big event where it's going to be 250k to charity for the charity of the choice of the winning team. And also per day, you have these many tournaments where the top 1 team that has performed on the day gets 80,000 to go to the charity of their choice. Yesterday there was Valdez. Today, there seems like a very good chance that it's going to be A1, but it's still so close for a lot of the teams. You might see other contenders actually getting there. Like, I'm thinking Blacklist, I'm thinking Geek Fam, even other teams like Navi still have an opportunity of being there and getting that $80,000 for the team of their choice. So even if you think they might be over for some of the teams at the bottom for that race of the first place, you can still be first on the given day and get a really big chunk of money in the charity of your choice.
Salamat po.
Oh, yes, sir. Phase 2 did continue to shift on towards the eastern side of the map. So even more of an opening to the south of El Azahar, but teams are already converging around that area. A1 continued to shift up north, avoided, I believe it was either I8 or another team.
Puso sa live guys, sa mga kakarating lang, puso lang sa live, puso lang.
They're close to Nasser in this
Salamat. Road to
situation.
2,000 viewers tayo.
Xavier getting close to BTR and Fnatic
Okay,
Zombies around the Impala area, which is obviously on the southern edge of this phase 2. So I expect us to see a little bit of early action between 2 or 3 of these teams.
Have to see the
Mapalaban pa ba East-West? Oo naman, sa finals pa yan.
I don't think I8 has any intention of...
I like this.
They're not going to
like this from I8.
BTR.
I thought they were going to continue forward, actually. That's why I was expecting. I thought... Well, no. But from what we've seen from I8 in other games, remember, they're a team that like to go quite deep into the circle. But the fact that they're stopping and getting information, it does show that they're learning, so I really appreciate that.
No, I agree. I think that is a great change for I8. Especially you don't want to go down here versus BTR. I mean, they don't know it's BTR, right? But I don't think it would be a great idea regardless. But they are actually pushing away into another team now. That's going to be Fnatic Zombies.
Oy, sorry kay Estro dyan. Balita ba? Sa Kasa.
The entire team is still up, so they're going to be just peacing out. No reason for them to take that fight versus I8. I8 trying to maybe get a sneaky kill here and there. Won't be able to hit those shots.
FC Malas.
Fnatic Zombies looking to set up a bit more, which I like to see, but
nasa team 11 FC.
They are more focused on the position instead of the fight, which I think is the right mindset when you are in phase champion.
I like that from I8.
Hindi pa nila nahalata ako, nahalata ako kaagad eh.
Pushing them away.
Yeah, you're pushing them away, and I really like that kind of little bit of aggression from I8. BTR continue forward once they've realized that no team were there. Yala have a really beautiful spread on the south of El Azhar.
Yes, meron. Eto na, BTR Malas! Eto na, BTR Burst Malas.
Zombies getting close to
FC, Fnatic. Ay, nakakastalsok siyo. Kay Pyro. Tapang agad, pinakapasabog na si Pyro. Pinipresyon na, sabugan, insta. Putay ko agad yung dalawa. Oo, sabugan.
BTR take down the Zombies instantly. And that's 2 kills instantly to their name. Yeah, they tried to go for the push, but unfortunately nothing came of it.
Diretso Impierno agad.
Oh my god. Oh, wow, that ended so quick. And that's a domino effect, right? I8 pushed them forward. Maybe Fnatic Zombies got a little bit scared. Didn't want to be too close to a team that were...
DRS nakaspread. Kaya nilang pitasin ni Isa yan. Kaya nilang pitasin ni Isa yung mga DRS na yan.
BTR who will remain as a full squad. We are starting to see a little bit of a fight between Navi and Zeus, but Navi are separated, so they're not in a way prepared to take this fight. As phase 3 pops up, it's a massive southeastern shift towards the eastern coastline. BTR are in a beautiful spot. Yala do have the ability to shift across the hill and control and push back.
Reject. I
was about to say Reject would be the time for them to start regrouping. They had a very wide spread. Luckily enough, they're all in circle, so why not just regroup and go minimum 4-2-2 split instead of a 4-man split? I think that would be the best way and course of action for them to pull off this time around. Not taking that 5 versus Zeus. We're going to have a quick little replay of that one, apparently. We got this went over to the M249. And actually did get himself the knock automatic there. Instantly went for the kill confirmed. What I have the impression happened with Na'Vi is they were going for 2-2 splits, sending 2 players forward to scout 2 players behind to be serving there as like the safety net for the rest of the team. And unfortunately, the 2 players on the back end got caught out. There was Tixi and Matic, and Zeus were just there at the right time and struck while they had the opportunity of doing so. So unfortunate for Na'Vi, but they are still alive as a 3-man, so there's still a lot to go through forward.
Looking at this fight between Nasser and Xavier. Xavier do have the better spread, but Nasser, I feel, are in overall a better position, and that's why Xavier are looking to try to reposition, even if it puts them at a disadvantage in terms of cloaking Nasser. They recognize that realistically, they don't have the better spot to hold on to and turn anything around on this fight in the time being. I like how proactive Nasser are being taking the shots, sending the bullets towards the Xavier players to try and unsettle them. But at the end of the day, both teams are still outside the circle. They're not far away, but they are outside the circle, and time lost on this fight is time wasted in moving into phase 3 and setting yourself up for phase 4.
Don't get me wrong, there's still quite a few amount of entry points, especially towards where DS Gaming currently stand, but 8th place.
On a lovely warm day like this, revenge is a dish best served cold. And Navi dealt that dish beautifully to the Zeus boys. And finally great to see Tixie, the man who have assigned PMGC card up. PMGC card up, by the way, waking up and getting a couple of shots off and really showing his prowess in the PMWI.
Oh, you deflect your cards all the time, man.
I had to, man.
I gotta do that
flex it, dude.
No.
Had to, dude.
Rudik, though, committed a little bit still to a little bit of spread. It's more of a 2-1-1 currently unfolding, but still it's better than
ayun, tama rotation. Basang-basa ko na yan eh. Basang-basa ko talaga ang iniisip ni Alas. Safe na sila dyan. Kukunin nila yung mga mountains dito. Eto, kukunin nila dyan. Eto, mountains dyan. Kukunin nila yan. Basang-basa ko na yan eh. Ay, puta ka na. Wala sa zona naman. Inagogo.
With literally no combat. 50% of this position is so hard to play.
Abal, wala din oh. Ay, sandwich na bal! Sandwich na bal!
Blacklist International, they started all the way in Poland. And they're now on the eastern side of the map. Their rotation is just 9 billion IQ. They're like, nah, we're avoiding everybody. You play your own game. We know what we're doing. And it may not be what we're used to. It may not be what we would always like to see, but you got to respect their commitment to fantastic rotations and just playing for the late game.
Everyone's playing checkers and
Blacklist International. Pili ko isa lang makakalaban nila eh.
Ayun! Well, 4D chess actually, should I say. I think chess is by default 3D, so 3D chess might not be chess. You get my point.
I get what you're saying.
I was trying to say something smart, but it didn't go in the one. That's how it goes. I can't play chess myself. I don't. Pretty bad. But anyways, BTR are now going to be driving 2 players inside the circle. That's going to be Sucks in Luxy. The twins are in Liquid, and Rise left yet to really follow up. But there's no one that's going to contest that spot, so it should be a relatively easy thing to make unfold. But A1, they're going to be actually sneaking right in front of IA, and I see like and now they're going to be losing their prime spot into the circle, but also another team is going to be struggling. Actually, not only one, two, that's going to be DRS and Valdez. They are somewhat mixed up in between each other, and to move away from this spot alone is going to be relatively hard, but then you have Yala and Geekfam, they're overlooking that, like, what the hell's happening? We're going to stop that from happening in the first place.
DRS Baldos, makakasalubong pa 6 sa CCJ, makasalubong. Ayan na pininja, pagkakataon mo na. Sige, pilaya mo.
Take each other out. Great shots by Mafia Ninja. Mr. Bora's going to send himself in. Yeah, okay, Nima's knocked down. But at the end of the day, DRS have found a way to enter in and avoid Geekfam for the time being and push in on the Valdez.
It's going to be the attempt for Valdez. Let's see if they can hold on strong to this spot. Push, but Geekfam. This is the thing that I said about Geekfam. I love how they know when teams are going to rotate through what conditions.
Yes, sir.
And just defend it. Just hold on to it. And they just make the fight go from normally what would be a hard mode into an easy mode. They just got to hold on to the ridge line, keep on contesting the position of Valdez, keep throwing nades their way. And now they might just take out of each other themselves. DRS is slowly pushing behind Valdez. So Nepal going up against Valdez is going to be mixing things up quite a significant bit. But DRS... sorry, no, Nasser, should I say. Nasser. They're going to get onto the kill feed really significantly. We want to see this team go more aggressive, so I'm happy to see that. Now it's going to be damn rude in the great knock and concept. Still up and ready to go.
DRS are kind of avoiding taking on this fight fully. I don't know if they realize that Geekfam are there. That's why I can expect her. They're going, okay, well, we don't really want to get involved because we could get third party. They're heading more towards Yala, but still outside the circle for the time being.
A lot more comfortable in the south, though. NASA went out. A1 went out also. No, I'm not gonna lie. I feel NASA, you guys were actually taking a fight.
It's good.
Keep fighting.
Wala lang, kinat na lang Giko. Kinat na nila. Alam nila, tappan yan. Ikat na natin to. Ikat na natin to. Patay kung patay na yan. Kasi tinatalo sila ng sabayan. Ay, takmatin ka.
Push Valdez. They're knocking on Evan's door. They're going to be taking everyone out of this spot into the northern side.
Okay, gusto lang ito humaharap sa dadaanan nila.
Geekfam. I said it, they're one of the strongest spots.
Sila po na dali, sila na nakapwesto, sila po na sa high ground. Sila po na dali.
It seems like patience paid off for Valdez, for Thailand, right? They stayed down, stayed quiet, but nobody really pushed them. DRS avoided them. They got taken out by Yala. Geekfam left it too late. They tried to move with the blue zone of the circle closing in, and Valdez punished them from behind. That was really definitely poor mistakes from Geek Farm and
8
DRS,
seconds,
which allows Valves to continue up as a 3-man team in this game. And hey, look, maybe that's part of the reason why they are currently the leading team of this PMWI.
So surprised no one took the compound in which Yala are currently going. You're seeing all the players are currently rotating in the Congo line. And Bandar's already in there. Jamal should be joining up very soon, and I believe Powerful and also Edeb.
Pasok na makakat pa ng Blacklist yung BTR. BTR Blacklist, tabi.
I believe for some time, and yet they just didn't try and hold on to the compound, which it would take a lot of attention, right?
BTR Blacklist.
So you would have thought that people would have been here already, but even in the last circle, every one of the teams were on the edge of play. Maybe there's an unfamiliarity with this kind of train from a lot of these teams, but it's caused them some great action to unfold in front of our eyes. Blacklist doing relatively quiet. They're now gonna start to make some noise.
Ang sabihin nyo. Sabi ka ako dito. Duelo.
I mean, jackpot right now for Yala. One not coming out from Zuxi
Pag
from distance.
nagkabanatan kayo, sabihin nyo agad na nice to meet you.
Last resort. I mean, it was not the last resort play. They didn't have to push, but they tried to go there early so they would be a little bit safer. And yeah, once again, another jackpot coming their way. There's some extra kills coming for free over to Yala Esports. And BTR, they saw that fight happen. They're thinking there might be some casualties. There might be some severe damage coming on through onto Yala. Maybe we can make that push and that breach actually come through.
Now, one team you said you want to see get a win.
Kailangan ng push ng BTR eh. Kailangan nila lang ng points eh.
They are chilling on the west. They only have the last remaining player.
Susukatin nila yung kaliwa na yan, yung mga ZE. Tatantayin nila yan.
Takes them down, so I really like how DS are looking in this game.
Susukatin nila, nagpaiwan isa sa may kanan.
If any team is alerted of where DS currently stand, they got no buildings, very little cover to play from, so they're going to try and just sneak their way closer and closer. ZZP is going to be serving as more of a scout there, and a little bit of high ground up north, and trying to get more intel as to what's happening, but they got so much breathing space. They don't have to take a fight, and hopefully teams do not detect him. And if the circle comes their way, there is a clear chance the South Korean team could be taking himself the win. Those circle shifting right on top of Valdez. A big portion of the be taken out of commission. And now what's going to be the game for these two teams?
Very, very tricky. Now, what I did like about I8 is that using them, it started kind of edging more towards the southwestern side of that previous circle to try maybe get a bit of information on the west, but it seems for the time being they are more heavily focused on BTR's direction. If they wait for the right time to strike, they could third party what will be a most likely inevitable Yala BTR and Blacklist International fight. Will also see that Blacklist are heading more towards Valves.
And even Tira is joining up. I think Alas is maybe going to be serving more as a backline support and trying to assist that rotation of the team to actually happen in the first place. If they just get a little bit on high ground, and now another player of Valves actually get taken out, there's any concept that Yui, they can very easily take that control. We said it, right? Blacklist International, they get to the late game, they become an absolutely different caliber team. But indeed, Imperium, I am looking, I'm paying attention. BTR, they're going for the push. They got themselves a huge smoke road pushing into the compound of Yala Esports. But Yala, a little bit spread from each another. Bandar in a position that will make it relatively hard to assist this team directly. But also, you got to be careful. I think the BTR has an insane amount of nades ready to go at any time.
I think Bandar had a great position, but he's actually given it over. He should be flanking more to the side. I know it's out in the open, but it would give an angle of pressure on as Blade does get a knock on the Jammers. What did I say about IA third partying this?
Concept went out actually for Valdez, so that's great to even more breathing space. And IA, there you go. It's time for a third party, baby. It is time to go for it. Throw things in this game. BTR. Oh, we don't want to get too involved with this fight. To the back end. These smokes dissipate. Zuxi, they are prone to be taken down by Crypto, but Crypto got spotted away. Now they lose the off angle. Crypto eliminated, and now I8 are fully locked into this compound without any escape potential.
BTR spread the way I wanted to see Yala do. Now Luxi's gone down, but at the end of the day, they still have control of this fight.
Gonna be the game for them. Kill confirmed onto I8. Blade, last remaining member for the team. But DS Gaming, they took the control that I expected Blacklist International to already take into the circle itself. So they're going to be sending 2 players forward. The 2 other players of DS Center could be trying to cross forward also and take more control. We might just be seeing our very first South Korean win in this World Invitational East. A great story to tell.
5 teams. 5 teams.
Making it really hard Imperium here for BTR to hit those smokes and hit those nades and mollies. But now the blue zone is going to be engulfing this compound. And this fight now has a ticking time bomb attached to it.
Makakaipitan tong tatlong team dito. Makakaipitan yan. Isa lang ang lalabas ng buhay. Isa lang. Yan o. Tramolo.
Raging into the buildings of this compound. The circle has shifted up north, so all of these players have to move out. Face each other and move across the road.
Pakita niyo naman yun, para makita namin
over the cross a little bit. Liquid going to be taking
nadali ata ng Blacklist, hindi ko pinakakita.
Significant damage, but not enough to actually find a knock. Ryzen on the back end though gets picked away.
Now BTR Liquid na iwan, Liquid. Tinatala ko yung sabayan.
Yala should be going for the push.
Yala, pagkakataon na Yala. Naubos nila. Ubos ang BTR, tol.
Yala Esports taking down one of the top teams in the lobby. You want to see Yala do well. That was one fight for the
Feeling ko pinabagsak ng Blacklist. Wala pa silang Blacklist.
Yala showing their prowess, but now the hard work is yet to be done.
Placing lang tayo. Placing lang. Let's go. 8 points na kagad ang top 4. 8 points kagad.
So are Blacklist International, but there's a number of dips and crevices that they can't try and hold on to.
Ayun na.
Great, now it's time. DS Gaming, you need to put the control down. You cannot allow this team to cross over that road. If they do make it over, then you might just take that game away. Blade will be popped off, and they will be eliminated in 4th place for IA. Still a really good result for them, but now DS Gaming starting to ramp things up to 9 kills so far. They're still going to be Blacklist International. They're going to try and avoid this spot, but they are sandwiched up between Yala and DS Gaming. This is one of the worst places Blacklist International could hope to be.
Alas, bagsak. Bandar.
Spotted out, Bandar into the hedge. So good. They're just going to steal everything. They are taking control, and they are going to be the kings of the lobby. Pick themselves up another kill. That's going to be Blacklist International out of the game. Now only Yala Esports separates DS Gaming and their very first winner chicken dinner.
Okay lang yan. Third.
It's exchanged. Just waiting in the smokes, waiting in the winds. Ida is going to be trying to hide behind that bush, but unfortunately not in time. And they will confirm it. Such good execution from DS Gaming as they still up Imperium as a 4-man team. Bandar, you have to clutch it up. Gets one knock, but can he push any further? The answer to that is no. No rest for the wicked as the South Korean team of DS Gaming will finally get themselves their
Bigay na natin DS tong... Bigay na natin DS yung game 4. Okay lang yan.
Because we set this up.
Okay lang, 10 points tayo, 10 points. Placing.
We talked about DS Gaming. We talked about how good they can be, how well the South Korean region
placing lang, consistent lang.
Come into this game,
consistent lang
they
tayo.
swept through the West, they control the West towards the late game, and pointed in their fantastic position. Yes, the circles are very interesting and in an area that the teams are not used to. As a full squad, just absolutely dominating the last 3 or 4 teams.
Sayang, mamimigay na sana tayo ng artist sa viewer uli.
It's not only rotations that we typically talked about in the early, at the very start of the game, before the game actually even started. We said DS Gaming, strong macro, their rotations are good. But it's not only that. One thing that's very important to mention for this team is the timing. They saw the big 3-way fight happening in the compound down south. That was between IA, Esport, and BTR. And they saw, okay, this is not easy rotation. They have nothing to hide behind. We got to rotate when teams and not only were those 3 teams fighting, there was also Blacklist International that were focusing them down, trying to get as many kills as possible. The focus was all on that compound and completely away from DS Gaming. And because of that, they not only did a great rotation, the timing was spot on, and there was no way you're going to take it away from DS Gaming.
Man, as much as DS Gaming definitely deserved that win, one team we really have to highlight is the Saudi Arabian representatives, Yala. 12 kills, wiping out the Indonesian Dynamite Stellar BTR, controlling the compound stages of this game in the circle, held on to the north, took out DRS before that as well.
Puso para sa Blacklist sa mga karating, papusuan yung ating live. Sa mga di pa po follow na po tayo. Ilalive po natin to hanggang July 25, hanggang finals.
Yeah, not only that, we also got ourselves Aida did really well. I'm just so happy to see 17 that we need to see actually stepping up. Well, I'm going to say severely hitting these now last few games because we're almost just 50% done with this World Invitational East. So teams that are a little bit behind need to step it up, and teams that were maybe struggling a bit more yesterday are actually getting some really good results. And Esport has been so proactive, not only in the fights they take, but also in which position they try to move into. And they did it great. They sent Bandar to scout. No one was in that compound, which was a big surprise. Blacklist, but if they didn't go there, they might have been in a position where Valdus were and would have just got completely overwhelmed by this pressure of teams like Blacklist or even DS Gaming.
Not so much Blacklist. I'm sorry. As much as I give them credit for their macro, for their rotations, and for most part being able to somewhat execute a late game position, they are severely lacking that level of aggression, which is stopping them from being more dominating, essentially more destructive, because it wasn't even really them that took out Valdus. It was actually,
strategy talaga namin yun. Ba't nilalait yung Blacklist namin? Strategy talaga namin yun. Placing lang muna kami ngayong game 4 kasi naka-chicken na kami ng game 3. Magbibigay muna kami sa iba.
I'm not gonna lie, that's still a top 3 and I still win. They just got last game. So